I want my money back.
This voice...
I'd want my money back.
This voice coach has not done a great job because...
Weak men, all they can do is stand next to other weak men and complain.
At the most senior levels of government, we have people who hate this country.
Who are traitors. He's a
traitor. Who are traitors to our country, who are trying to take money from this country. Two-tier Keir is now called four-tier tier because we've now found out that during COVID lockdown, when he was railing against, who was it, driving to Cummings, he had a voice coach who apparently he's had for 3 or 4. I mean, he's not done.
I'd want my money back. I'd want my money back.
This voice coach has not done a great job because he's one of the most droning, boring speakers ever to be strung up from a lamppost. So apparently the voice coach was travelling around London during lockdowns when you're not allowed to move from. Remember they do that stupid zone thing? You can go crossing zones.
Well, that's just to find him. Which house is he in today?
Very topical. Whether it's at his lover's house or his own house or whatever, driving around. But what's worse is this is now being reported as a crime by somebody. Yeah. The police aren't doing anything because it's out of the statute of limitations. Yeah. Is that true or is that just bollocks?
I think it's bollocks. I think it's bollocks. I think what they mean is so much time has gone past, we don't want to look into it. I'm not sure we have things like statute of limitations on crimes.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
That's an American thing. Yeah. I don't think we have that. I think it was more to do with their policy on investigating COVID stuff, that we don't investigate anything now. Handy that, isn't it?
Yeah. There was an article, I think, in the Telegraph. Somebody described Starmer as the worst negotiator in British history. So what he's now doing, you sort of see Trump gathering momentum, doing all these things or whatever. So what Starmer's doing, just to kind of go with the flow, he's putting on a show of unity with the Danish PM over Greenland. I mean, is that it? Is that the best he can do for us?
Unity.
Yeah, standing shoulder to shoulder with the Danish PM, saying we're not going to let Trump take Greenland. Honest.
That's exactly
in his voice coach voice.
That's exactly what weak men do. That's all they can do is show unity.
Yeah.
Real men fight back.
Yeah.
Real men stand strong. Real men achieve things. Weak men, all they can do is stand next to other weak men and complain about how unfair life is and the world is, and that's all he's doing, complaining.
And his choices and his people just get worse. Lord Hermer, who we've talked about before, the Attorney General. No. We now found, so we'll talk about Lamy and reparations in a minute. We now found out that he advised the Caribbean. So this is the Attorney General of the country, appointed by Keir Starmer, advised the Caribbean on reparations and how they can get reparations. So we've got the fox in the hen house, haven't we here? Or foxes in the hen house here. Yeah. In the most senior levels of government, we have people who hate this country.
Who are traitors.
Who are traitors to our country, who are trying to take money from this country, who are trying to bring down this country. Because we also know that Hermer is the guy that advised the Chagos Islands on getting, leaving Britain and getting a load of money. Yeah. So he's putting these people around us. And then the final thing to top it off, one of his MPs, a guy called Andrew Gwynn, who I think you know.
I've met him once.
Yeah. He wrote on this is how dim these people are. And you and I would do WhatsApp and all that sort of stuff, but there's certain things, even we're not even in the public, you're in the public space, I'm not. There's just certain things you don't put in a tweet or in a WhatsApp. He actually wrote in a WhatsApp that he hoped a pensioner who didn't vote Labour would die. Yeah. And then there's some other things, I can't remember what he said, but he's some anti-Semitic shit. And then another MP associated with that has also been sacked as well because he's in the WhatsApp group as well. So you get a total insight into the nature of these people, don't you? Starmer is visibly an idiot. He's got people around him like Lord Hermer, Andrew Gwynn, David Lammy, who David Lammy has now headed over to the Caribbean to open talks on reparations for that. These people, they just want to destroy us.
They do. First of all, David Gwynn. These were jokey texts.
Andrew Gwynn.
These were jokey texts within a group of Labour. You're right there, mate. Can't believe you missed that big mouth of yours. This was a WhatsApp group with other Labour politicians, Labour councillors and stuff like that, and MPs. And from what I've heard and from the bit I've read, it was banter, it was insulting, but the big mistake was, if you're an MP and you're in any group, how you think that's going to remain private? Because let's say there's 30 people in that group, you only have to upset one of them.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, all those messages have been screenshot and sent to the press.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
He's an idiot for thinking that.
Yeah.
But then it also shows you a little bit of his character, that he would, in a jokey way, I know there were jokes, but there's truth in jokes. He held those people in his area in disdain.
In contempt. Yeah.
In contempt. It was like, because you don't vote for me, I don't care about you. It was all about bins. She was complaining about her bins.
It's quite right.
And she said, I didn't vote for you, but
can you sort
the
the
bins
out?
Yeah. And he's now joking about, well, hopefully I should be dead by the next election. And other stuff he was saying there. Do we think our politicians are perfect? No, we don't. Should you say these things? No, you shouldn't. Would you say these things to your closest friend in the pub over a pint? Yeah, you probably would. Would you write it down as evidence forever?
Yeah.
That's an idiot who does that one.
Yeah.
It just shows the calibre, the intelligence and the character of all these Labour MPs who have been telling us for years, evil Tories, evil Tories. And I tell you what, if this was a Tory doing this, it'd have been a bigger story.
Oh God,
if this was one of the Reform MPs, it would have been a bigger story.
Yeah.
But it didn't really, it got in the papers and stuff, but it died the same day. The story died the same day.
No, the Reform guys have to be whiter than white. It was interesting last night, because obviously quite a lot of people there at the Reform are standing as councillors, basically. Simon Moorhead said, listen guys, check your social media, go back, check everything, delete anything that looks inappropriate. He said, because once you stand for reform, he said the hordes will descend. Yeah. The media, the Labour Party, they'll descend on you and they will go through everything, basically. I mean, they'll be spoiled for choice with you, if you ever stood it.
No point me deleting anything. It's all out there. I'm sure people have screenshot everything I've done. But I can defend everything I've ever said, so I'm not that worried.